Gabrielle Union, she is the queen of social media clapbacks. Look at this. After she posted this picture, a troll on her Instagram said, "Can you dress your age, please?" That's the voice I gave her. Gabrielle, she's 46 years old, and we're saying it here, she looks damn good. So she came back at the comment. Here's what she has to say. "Please give me all the age-appropriate fashion advice I didn't know I needed in my life." That's nice, right?
Yeah, I mean, she looks good. She's 46 and she looks like she's 20-something. Like, she can dress however she wants. She's been playing like the same age characters for 20 years.
Yes,
like,
she has.
She looks amazing. I have nothing wrong with dressing whatever age you want. I wear clothes from Forever 21 all the time. I'm not 21 anymore, but I like to dress that way. It's just fun. It's like, wear what makes you feel good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I don't even
care.
get the issue with this photo. What's wrong with it? Is it too skimpy? She's showing her arm and her legs. What?
I feel like it's like she has like tennis shoes and like it's kind of young, but like
Can we
it's
pop
cute.
the photo up
That's
again?
trendy.
It's like athleisure wear.
It's
hanging
trendy.
out.
It's her new brand. I
Maybe
think it's a
it's the
sneak
gym
peek
shoes.
of a line coming out at New York and Company, it said in her caption.
Oh, because you know she has her clothing line at New York and Company.
Yes.
So I guess she's
Great.
going to have some new clothes.
It's promotional.
So, here's the thing.
And she looks good.
First of all, she looks great. So I don't feel anything towards her. But I do think there are some things that are age appropriate and not age appropriate.
I agree.
But I also think that that's my opinion, and I don't have to go around telling everybody that. You know, just because you disagree with what someone's doing doesn't mean you always have to speak up on it. Speak out on it.
Snaps to her for clapping back.
What's not age appropriate though? Like when would you be like, that person shouldn't be wearing that?
Yeah.
Unless it's like unflattering.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
want to see an 85-year-old in a mini skirt. I just don't.
Fair enough.
I think there are other ways, like it needs to be, and I'm not saying an
But if an
85-year-old
85-year-old feels really good in a mini skirt, they should wear a mini skirt.
And if
not
she looks
saying-
good,
I'm
why
not
not?
saying an 85-year-old can't wear a mini skirt, but I think it needs to, it shouldn't be the same thing that a 21-year-old wears, meaning I think it should be cut differently or a different kind of fabric or a different,
I don't know,
otherwise it looks
Felicia.
weird.
If I saw an old lady rocking a mini skirt and she was like really feeling it, I'd be like, you go.
I feel
It
like
actually would
Felicia
be
at
kinda
85
cool.
would be rocking a mini skirt. Am I
I
wrong?
actually might be that person.
Yeah.
But that's my point. My point is everyone has opinions. You just don't always have to share.
Yeah,
Keep
don't
it to
tell anyone
yourself.
what to do.
Yeah.
Unless you're us.
Yeah. Well, you know, we got to do our job, guys. We got to be judgmental.
Yeah.
All right. According to a new study, using we instead of I is linked to relationships that are happier and function better. So the study found that hearing your partner using the we talk was actually the stronger link to happiness. So do you guys actually use the we talk in any of your relationships? And do you think that it actually makes it healthier?
You're a unit. It shows that you're a unit. I think it brings that relationship to the next level. You're stronger together. So, I mean, it's not I'm hungry, it's we're hungry, right?
Yes.
Like, we're going to go
I
get
don't
It's
food.
know.
not I'm pregnant.
I feel like I'm always
it's
the only
we're
one
pregnant.
hungry.
Yeah.
That's true. I love when guys are like, we're pregnant, or the couple's like, we're pregnant.
I do
It's not
too.
just one person.
Tell me
Such
about
a
it,
good
girl.
example. I have never consciously used like the we talk, but it's a really good idea. I feel like now I'm going to do this because it does reinforce that you're a team, that like anything that you're upset about, it's because you want to make the relationship stronger. Like, let's lift each other up. Let's do it together. I love this.
This is how any woman knows that it's time to get serious with her man. My husband, he started using we instead of I, and he started planning our life. Of course, with my opinions and what I wanted to and my needs. But he started switching to, I think we're gonna get an apartment. We're planning to buy a home. We're gonna invest and save this money.
Yeah.
When those we's turn to I, her girlfriend, you better get your money together. You better get your life together. You better get all those
Get out
text
of there.
messages out of there. You better straighten up and fly right because that man is ready.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see
it's
that.
a really
It gives
good
you
sign.
validation in the relationship.
Yeah. Now, no one wants to be around anyone that just thinks about themselves all the time. So I think it's like a good way, even if you do want something, be like, we, and include them.
Well, like you said, it's a unit. The unit has to move together. It's so true. Like you
cute.
have to move together if you're trying to have this partnership or this marriage in your life a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about weddings.
Let's do
okay? So one of you clearly stated no kids on your wedding invitation, right?
Okay.
And then, of course, a guest shows up with children. So do you roll with the punches or do you ask her to leave? So one bride, she opted for the latter and asked her guests to leave her wedding with her child. What would you do in this situation?
So if this was me, I would be very angry that this person brought a child when I clearly said not to do that on the invitation. I think there are a lot of people that just don't think about it and they're just like, well, you bring your kids, like that's just how you do life. But if that's so rude to the bride and groom that spent, what's the average American wedding's like around $30,000.
Yep.
They threw the most expensive event they'll probably ever have in their life, and you're disrespecting their rules. That's so rude. But I wouldn't make them leave if that was me. Like, I would be very mad, but I'd be like, well, they probably traveled really far to get here. I guess I just have to accept this.
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't be
ridiculous
happy
for
about it.
that couple who brought the child, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
So I wonder where this person is on the list, though. So with
Yeah.
weddings, you got A-list guests, like your mom, your brother, my best friend. Those are A-list guests. Then you got B, C-list guests. So a C-list guest is definitely being asked to leave.
You would ask them to leave?
Yes. Yes. So I actually had a wedding that had no children. I also had a wedding that was out of the country on a resort. So usually people don't bring kids to that, so it wasn't a huge concern.
Yeah.
But I specifically wanted that because I didn't want to be walking down the aisle after all the thousands of dollars that I spent on a perfect, evening, and then hear your wailing child in the background. That's not the moment that I wanted for myself and my husband to start this new journey together.
So did you
Yeah.
have no kids at your wedding?
It was no kids.
Krista, would you
That
have
was
kids
the
at your
rule.
wedding?
It was no kids.
See, that's what's tough because I feel like when my mom and my aunt, they talk about weddings that they've been to their whole lives, they were kids and they were there and it was fun and it sounded like a big family event. But nowadays it's so common to not have kids at your wedding. So
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like I want the whole family to be there
I would let
together.
kids come.
But you would have like one of those big Italian weddings, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's all about family and celebrating together, right?
Yeah.
Felicia's
Okay.
like, I'll be asking you to leave
like,
my
okay,
wedding.
no.
I was like, don't ask me because I'm the main one that was like, no
End
kids.
of day, you should respect the wishes of whoever's paying for this massively expensive event.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, no kids?
Me at my wedding? I don't know.
Kids.
Guys,
I
I'm
would
so
invite
far
kids.
away from that. You know that.
Whatever she wants,
But
you do what
sometimes
she
you know
wants.
what you want,
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't know what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.